2-1 LSU leads Southeastern Louisiana here at the box on a Tuesday night. Fans get low-rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota today. Tigers 2 runs on 4 hits. Southeastern 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. And Trey Morgan going to lead it off. Noah Smith takes over, a left-hander for the Lions. Morgan in his first at bat, aboard on a base hit back in the first, left stranded. Smith fires the breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Floats it in there, 76 on the radar gun.
Noah Smith, left-hander, 87 to 91 miles an hour with the fastball, and as you saw there, it's got the slurve and the changeup.
This one slapped by Morgan to second base. But coming up with it is Rosevear. He'll throw to first to Faulkner for out number 1. Morgan retired.
Smith making his 8th appearance of the year, an 8 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 14 hits, 12 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. He can lose his command at times, but it's a good arm from the left side. And when he's in the zone, you know, can be effective. The ERA is a little high for during this season, but again, you see the good electric fastball when he gets it in the zone.
Cade Doty up to the plate. Another ground ball, this time into the shift again. Keller, the shortstop, knocks it down, picks it up quickly. Flashes his arm a little bit, throws across his body, and still able to get Doty, who was racing down the first base line. That was a close play, but it does not appear there'll be a ask for a challenge here. Great play by Keller, who had to move to his left. Or rather to his right, and then used the backhand. Didn't glove it cleanly, but man, picked it up quickly and delivered the throw.
I'm giggling, Chris, because I made the point during Doty's first at bat where the shift really cost Southeastern, and if they'd have been playing regular depth, they probably would have had a routine ground ball. Right there, the shift allowed the shortstop Keller to make the play and get Doty by a quarter of a step at first base.
Joe Bear stands in. He flied out to right field. Looks like here the Lions not going to utilize the shift, which Joe Bear has had to face really for the last 5 weeks in midweeks and in conference games. So they'll play straight up here with 2 outs. This one off the end of the bat, slow bouncer towards third. Thomas gloves, he'll throw to first, and the Tigers go quietly in the bottom of the third. 3 up and 3 down. Go to the top of the 4th inning. LSU leading Southeastern 2-1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Well, earlier I got ahead of myself and asked if Bryce Collins was on the mound, and now he is as we head to the top of the 4th inning in relief of Samuel Dutton. And Buzzy, before we get the numbers on Bryce Collins, your thoughts on Dutton's performance tonight? His team leading 2-1, but overall your thoughts coming off of what was a shortened appearance on Sunday in Tuscaloosa.
I thought he did a nice job, and I thought the key was no walks in the 3 innings pitched. Only 2 hits. The 1 earned run, of course, was the home run to left field, but had a couple strikeouts. I thought he got ahead early. A couple of times he could have did a better job of maybe finishing off the Southeastern hitters when he got ahead. But I like the way he got the ball over the plate. He threw multiple pitches for strikes and can build on that going into, like we talked about, a big weekend series with Ole Miss coming in.
So we'll see Bryce Collins, who we did not see this past weekend, but again, Buzzy, he's had plenty of opportunity and been part of the bullpen rotation for Coach Jay Johnson and Jason Kelly.
Collins making his 15th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 2.42 ERA and 22 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 16 hits, 6 earned runs, 14 walks, 26 strikeouts.
He'll face Tyler Finke to start things off. The center fielder, a strikeout victim to Dutton in the first inning, takes the first pitch low for ball 1, 1-0. Collins fires the 1-0, popped up back behind us and out of play. Rotolo's foul ball, and it's 1 ball 1 strike as Collins serves up the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Finke, Faulkner, and Thomas due up for the Lions here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 breaking ball misses outside, 2-1. Collins 2-1 delivery. Did Finke hold back? They'll appeal down. And apparently home plate umpire Myron Miller will just decide to make it the call. So 2-2 now the count. Finke with an even count here. Collins fires and it drops in low to field the count 3-2. Missed with the fastball. Collins looks in. McManus delivers the sign and the payoff pitch, breaking ball, and it's fouled towards the third base dugout of the Lions. Rotolo's foul ball keeps it 3-2.
If baseball players didn't have numbers on their jerseys, you could certainly mistake Collins and Dutton, as they both have the same look. They've got wear the glasses.
3-2 misses low and inside, so Finke going to earn a leadoff base on balls here in the top of the 4th. Potential tying run now at first base for the Lions as Preston Faulkner stands in. Faulkner grounded out to Collier Cranford in his first at bat, but again Faulkner not an easy out. Batting .311 on the season, leads the team in home runs.
What I'm saying, Chris, is I understand why you were mistaken a little bit a couple innings ago.
Thank you.
They're very similar.
Thank you.
They pitch very similar.
And throw over. Keep an eye on Finke. Almost got away from Morgan as he and Finke meet at the same point as the baseball is coming over, but Morgan holds on and then slowly maneuvers his way around Finke, who was sliding in head first. He'll regain his lead about 3 steps off the first base bag as Collins now will come set. The right-hander brings it to the plate, and the pitch on the inside corner, a called strike, off speed, and it's 0-1. Appreciate you picking me up there, partner.
Finke down at first base. You've mentioned it before, but 21 of 22 in stolen bases. Will get going if you need him to. I don't know that they'll run with Faulkner up and the power potential.
He's off and running. The 0-1 low and inside. McManus fires down to second. The throw a little left of second base. Doty tried to wrap around the tag, but Finke in with a stolen base. Right on cue, his 22nd stolen base of the year. Now the Lions have the potential tying run in scoring position with nobody out and a 1-1 count to Faulkner.
Well, that's why Matt Reiser's in his 9th season at Southeastern and has made the NCAA tournament 3 times, and I'm sitting up here just selling insurance and calling a game.
1-1 the count to Faulkner. Collins fires another breaking ball, and Faulkner trying to get to it. Slaps it down into the dirt at home plate. Foul, and it's 1-2.
Devin Fontenot starting to play catch down in LSU's bullpen.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Finke now down at second base, aboard on a leadoff walk. The 1-2 to Faulkner. Spins the breaking ball. Called strike 3. Outside corner at the knees when McManus brought it in. Collins gets his first strikeout in relief. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. And a great repertoire of pitches there by Collins.
Yeah, that's
to put the big slugger back in the dugout.
Well, it was a perfect 0-2 pitch. I mean, Faulkner couldn't have done anything with it if he wanted to. And I mean, right on the corner, right where you want to pitch it when it's 0-2.
Shea Thomas, the third baseman, stands in. Thomas popped out to Doty behind second base as this first offering off speed, fouled back, rolls to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Haven't seen you in the booth since the Garthquake.
I'm still
A
recovering.
little over a week ago.
Still recovering from Garthquake.
Bet you had a good time.
We did. It was a very good time, and a lot of people in that stadium. Garth brought it.
Runner goes, the 0-1, swing and a miss. McManus fires down to third, and the tag applied by Cranford on the top of the helmet. But third base umpire James Ainsworth says Finke slid under the tag and got his hand to third base. McManus, I'm not sure he's convinced, and I'm not sure Cranford's convinced, but Finke now with 2 stolen bases, give him his 23rd on the season. Close play there, and a good job by Cranford, who got behind the third base bag. Looked like the tag, the throw was right at the helmet. He caught it, laid it right there on the lid. Finke apparently got in with his hands. So a runner at third, potentially to tie this game with 1 out. The 0-2 drops in low from Collins, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We mentioned it before the game started about being able to throw strikes. This offense isn't particularly potent, talking about Southeastern Louisiana, but if you issue free passes and you don't make them earn the bases, they will swipe a bag or 2 from you, and a potential walk could end up equaling out to a triple. And you see there with Finke stealing second and third, he's got Southeastern 90 foot away from tying this game.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got away from McManus. He'll look the runner back. Now fire to Morgan at first for good measure to record the second out. So Collins got him to chase it. Dropped off the table. He took a swing just as the ball was about to drop into the dirt at home plate. Excellent execution that time by Collins for his second strikeout. Another one brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. Finke still at third base. But great execution there by Collins. And now with 2 outs, a runner at third, we'll see pitching coach Jason Kelly make his way out to the mound here, bring the infield in. What time did you get back home from Garth Brooks?
You don't want to know that.
Was it, let's see, I'll set it 145, over or under?
Oh, over. But that's a good over-under. And it was a little bit of a navigation mistake by yours truly. Had the wife driving, and we should have just went with the flow of everything. We tried to come back down a road. Anyway, long story shorter, we probably cost ourselves a good 45 minutes to an hour. But 2:30 was when we got 2:15, 2:20 to be exact. But
that's never a good spot when you're not driving and you're supposed to navigate and you mess that up.
Exactly. And so I was not particularly happy, but we knew, Chris, going into it that we're just going to have to wear the traffic. You know, you just got to wear that because the performance that was in Tiger Stadium that night was well worth it. I don't know that I want to do it again because of the traffic, but it was well worth it.
So the meeting with Coach Kelly all broken up. Again, a 2-1 LSU lead here, but the Lions threatening in the top of the 4th inning. A leadoff walk. Those will come back to bite you. Bryce Collins trying to not let it here with Finke down at third and Christian Garcia, who had the solo home run to tie the game at 1-all. As the pitch down in the dirt got away from McManus, luckily rolls up the third base line. Finke got plenty of speed, but not willing to try that. He'll stay on the bag with 2 down and a 1-0 count to Garcia. As we said, tied the game there in the top of the 2nd inning with the solo shot over the left field landing, between the left field landing and the scoreboard. Dropped down right underneath the Rouse's Market sign. 1 ball, no strikes. Collins facing Garcia for the first time. The right-hander delivers, and the spinner again right over the plate. Big looping curve there that so far Collins seems to have great control of here, and it's 1-1.
I like that mound visit by Coach Kelly. I think what he said there was, hey, look, 2 outs, it's no time to let up. And just like our offense scores a lot of runs with 2 outs, so can Southeastern. You need to bear down here with a guy at third base, even though you got 2 quick outs.
The 1-1. Breaking ball misses low and outside. That'll make it 2-1 now to Garcia. Tiger fans, StubHub, the easiest way to experience every Tiger game. You can check the virtual view, score your seats, get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third. The 2-1 foul tap bounces to the backstop. Bertolo's foul ball now moves the count 2-2. Good to be back here at the box for a number of reasons. Again, starting a 5-game homestand before the Tigers finish up the regular season in Music City against Vanderbilt. They'll have Northwestern State here at the box next Tuesday. Also glad to be back because it's a screen all the way up behind home plate. I'll tell you why after the 2-2 pitch. Setting up outside, McManus, and a ground ball. Soft ground ball to Thompson. He'll throw to first. A very speedy Garcia running up the line, but they get him for out number 3. So they strand a man at third base. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left on. LSU holds on to a 2-1 lead. I'll tell you about the screen when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Two to 1, LSU leads Southeastern Louisiana. Bottom of the 4th inning. Jordan Thompson for LSU to get it started. 7, 8, and 9 due up. Noah Smith, the left-hander, continues after coming in for 1 inning. Took over as the 3rd pitcher of the night for Matt Reiser in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. First delivery, breaking ball misses outside for ball 1, 1-0. Thompson hit by a pitch. His first at bat came around to score to make it a 2-1 LSU lead. This one sails outside and high, 2-0. Buzzy, as you well know, part of the responsibility as the color analyst on the LSU Sports Radio Network is to make sure, should a fly ball ever come close to entering our booth, as the 2-1 misses high and outside to make it 3-0. You guys, Doug,
right. Yeah.
Hunt, yourself, Bill Franquez, you immediately then go into protection mode. And in Alabama, here's the 3-0. Strike on the inside corner, surprised Thompson, but it's now 3-1. The screen doesn't quite go all the way up. There is an opportunity to get a souvenir there inside the broadcast booth. Couple of occasions it just caught the top of the screen. One went above us, hit the facade. Here's the 3-1. There's a strike 2 that Thompson thought was ball 4. He'll come back with a full count now. Bill kind of
I was going to say, you're saying Bill wasn't eager to jump on those.
A couple of times where I thought he was going to go under the desk. And we're about to head to Hoover, Alabama, to the Hoover Met in a couple of weeks. The 3-2 is certainly ball 4 as it's in the dirt in front of the plate. So Thompson earns the leadoff base on balls, and that is prime for opportunities for the ball to come into the booth. So just wanted to bring that up. You know, Bill, we coached him up a little bit. He says he'll be ready for Hoover.
Well, maybe we need to get him on infield practice or just soft fly practice, because when those come back, it's just, well, it's not really soft flies. Those balls are moving a lot of times when they're coming up over the net. But so you're out. You don't make those plays. You've got enough responsibilities.
Got to protect the equipment.
Okay, I got you.
The equipment has to be the number one priority for me, of course. This one sails outside to Tyler McManus for ball 1, 1-0. At least that's my story.
I'm with you.
McManus had a single, left stranded at third back in the second inning. Nobody out, Thompson aboard. LSU leading by a lone run, 2-1. And again, Smith misses high for ball 2, 2-0.
Smith had a good, crisp last inning. 3 up, 3 down, but struggling a little bit with command, and the scouting report said that he can get a little erratic.
There's a strike on the outside corner, again off speed to make it 2-1 to McManus.
Action down in the Southeastern bullpen.
2-1 delivery, misses high. Now 3-1 as Noah Smith now working behind in the count. LSU so far tonight left 4 men on base. The 3-1 pitch misses inside, did not catch the inside corner. Smith a little upset, but that will send McManus down to first on a walk. So nobody out, back-to-back walks, and we'll see to the plate. Collier Cranford tried to lay down the sac bunt, but then went Butcher Boy, popped up first base side. See what he offers here as he stops, looks into the dugout. Jay Johnson gives him the sign from the top step. Again, prime opportunity. You would expect the sac bunt attempt here. With runners first and second, nobody out. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see the same scenario that happened that bat before.
Squares to bunt, pulls it back, strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
It's a right-handed pitcher, number 45, Alex Potter, down in Southeastern's bullpen, getting loose.
Runners first and second. They take their lead. Smith, the 0-1. This one high and outside as Cranford quickly brings the bat back, showing bunt once again. It's 1-1. Thompson and McManus both left stranded in this similar opportunity earlier. Here's the bunt attempt, and again the pitch inside. He'll pull it back. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I know in the world of analytics these days and all the Moneyball movie that came out with the, you never want to bunt and give up an out, but I just think there's sometimes you got to go against the book, and you got to lay the bunt down, get the runners in scoring position.
2-1 misses way outside and high. Now 3-1. Cranford desperately trying to put a bat on the ball for the bunt attempt, but nothing yet.
Now, if they want to walk you, that's perfectly fine too. Let's not give up an out if they're going to throw the ball all over the ballpark. But
– 3-1 delivery as Smith comes set to the plate. This one a strike at the knees. That'll now make it 3-2. As right there at the kneecaps. Collier couldn't get the bat down low enough. So again, he'll look to Jay Johnson in the dugout, get the sign, dig back in. Nobody out, runners first and second. Tigers leading 2-1. Smith, the delivery, and it's going to hit him. Caught him in the arm. That'll load the bases. So the second time tonight, the Tigers have had the bases juiced up. And I believe that's going to bring Matt Reiser out. He's going to make an argument, Buzzy, in my opinion, that says Cranford leaned into it as he turned inward and got his arm out there, caught the wing of Cranford. Matt Reiser talking with Myron Miller, the home plate umpire. Looks like Myron's doing most of the talking, and it looks like the argument will not go much farther than that. So it will stand. Coach Reiser back to the dugout.
Now batting for LSU, left fielder, Gavin Dugas.
So here comes Gavin Dugas atop the order. Led off for the Tigers in the bottom of the first with a solo home run to left. His 4th round trip of the year. Got aboard on a walk in the second. So now Noah Smith in some trouble with the bases loaded, nobody out. First delivery off speed outside as Grisafi slides to his right to get it. 1 ball, no strikes. Dugas missed just about a month plus after the injury to the thumb in the Mississippi State Series up in Starkville. The 1-0. Fastball, but fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And before that swing, I was just about to say, if you're Dugas here, you've got to, don't let Smith off the hook. I mean, you've got to square up one pitch that you're looking for. If he throws you anything else, you've got to be real patient here. But that was a pitch up in the zone, out over the plate. That was a good ball to go after. He just missed it.
The 1-1. That one high and outside. Another fastball at 88. Make it 2-1. But again, you almost forget that long stretch without Gavin. What LSU was missing, certainly in the lineup. Of course, started the season as the Tiger left fielder. 2-1. Again, over the plate, but fouled off into the backstop. It's 2-2.
Well,
now, the question you now have, Bud, and I guess it's a good problem to have if you're Coach Jay Johnson, is you've got Braden Jobert, who's kind of been the DH for the majority of the season. Dugas again can play left field. We saw him play a little third by necessity on Saturday night. But you also have the emergence of Stevenson. The 2-2 ground ball, base hit into left field. That'll score Thompson. They'll go ahead and send McManus. The throw going to be cut off, and a 2 RBI single for Gavin Dugas gives him 3 ribbies on the night, and the Tigers extend the lead 4-1. Again, makes the problem and the conundrum a little tougher now when you're trying to find a spot for Dugas, hoping that Jacob Berry's going to return to the lineup sooner than later.
Well, and you took the words out of my mouth with talking about Stevenson, who's done a nice job coming on. He's athletic, can really run, has done some nice things filling in the gap. But the good news is you've got Dugas and Stevenson. That's a righty-lefty, so you can play that matchup a little bit. And then, as you said, when Jacob Berry gets healthy, I mean, he goes right into the lineup, back to third base. You would think. And but no, a lot of different options to have. Collier Cranford's done a nice job of coming in and playing defense and doing the little things right that you want at the plate. So as you said, great problem for Coach Jay Johnson to have right now with the depth on this team.
Josh Pearson stands in, runners first and second, still nobody out. First delivery short of the plate, down in the dirt, plated up by Grisafi, and it's 1-0. Now, of course, Gavin Dugas has the experience over Steve-O, don't get me wrong. But you're looking to get max performance out of your lineup, and with Dugas coming back and off to a great start in his return, as Pearson awaits, and the 1-0 is fouled straight back into the dirt behind the plate. It's 1-1. You got to start looking. Braden Jobert, of course, we know what he's able to do. We've seen how big he can be in the lineup, but he struggled here of late. Again, in SEC play, Braden batting just 187. He's gone quite a while. In fact, the first game of the Georgia series now, he's been hitless. The 1-1. Look out. This is going to catch Pearson right between the numbers. Pitch inside from Smith will load the bases again with nobody out. Now Matt Reiser, I think, going to try to speed things up, and it looks like he's on his way out. So that will be all for Noah Smith. as it appears the right-hander for the Lions is ready to go. So the Tigers adding 2 runs here on the RBI, 2 RBI single from Dugas. Still again have the bases loaded now with nobody out, and guess who? Dylan Cruz. So they'll make a call to the bullpen. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll be back after this, introduce you to the new Lions pitcher, and then see what he can do against Dylan Cruz. Tigers lead 4-1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. We continue here on this Tuesday night. Quickly, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back inside the Caesars Sportsbook broadcast booth, LSU leading Southeastern Louisiana 4-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Dylan Cruz at the plate. And the first delivery from Alex Potter, the new right-hander for the Lions, misses outside. 1-0. Cruz grounded back to the pitcher, starter Daniel Dugas, in the first, and was caught looking in the second inning in his second at bat. But the bases loaded here. And Potter, the 1-0. It's a slow bouncing ground ball towards third, picked up by Thomas. Thomas's only play running towards first was to throw to first. He'll get Cruz, but Cruz will bring in a run as Cranford crosses the plate to make it 5-1 LSU.
Nice job by Thomas. A slow roller, and you think maybe let's try to get the lead out at home plate, but
he would have had to make a tough throw because his momentum was headed to first.
It would have been a really tough play, and at this point, sometimes that hardest out to get is just that first one in an inning when it feels like it's snowballing. And so a good job of making a mature decision, just get the out at first base.
So now we'll see Trey Morgan. One down, runners also advancing to second and third. The pitch, ground ball, this one, base hit just by a diving Rosevear at second base. That'll bring in Dugas. Pearson behind him, and the Tigers with Trey Morgan delivering the ribbies. Now make it 7-1 LSU. And Trey Morgan wasting little time. He loves to jump on the first offering. He does so there, and just by the Lions second baseman, who gave it a great effort, but just out of his reach at second base.
You hear me say it a lot, but simplify the swing. That's what Trey Morgan does better than just about anybody in the league, is keep that swing short, simplified, stay through the middle. A lot of base hits when you work back through the middle, and a good piece of hitting with the runners in scoring position. Not waiting around for a perfect pitch, just getting a pitch he could handle.
Potter now will face Cade Doty. Swing and a miss on the slider down and away, and it's 0-1. Doty, by the way, a base hit in the first, grounded out to the shortstop Keller back in the third inning on a close play. Morgan, short lead again, still with the knee brace, trying to get back 100%. He'll take his lead, maybe extended 2.5 steps. Here's the 0-1. Misses low to Doty, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Tigers so far 5 runs on 2 hits. Noah Smith offered up some free passes, a hit by pitch. The Tigers able to strike here to get some separation. 7-1. The 1-1 off the end of the bat into the screen just in front of the first base dugout of the Tigers. And it's 1-2 now to Doty. Potter, 4th pitcher of the night for Matt Reiser and company. And right now he's trying to put out a fire in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-2. This one roped, base hit into left field. Morgan into second. Jody with his 2nd base hit of the night. Good to see him swinging the bat well here on Tuesday. And runners first and second with 1 out. Here comes Braden Jobert, a young man that certainly wants to get back on track. Left-handed hitter. Having to beat the shift, and we talked about that, Buzzy. The one thing I'll give Braden credit for, he slapped some balls around, no doubt about it, against Mississippi State, against Arkansas. Struggled a little bit against Georgia pitching, and again this weekend against Alabama, but he's having to beat the shift virtually every game. Now, the Lions had the shift on in his first at-bat. They've taken it off here for the last 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. This one down the line. There's a base hit inside the first base bag into the corner. Morgan around third. Jody picking him up, setting him down. They'll wave him in. And Jobert with a 2 RBI double opens it up for the Tigers. It's 9-1. Just will it into fruition. Braden Jobert. Attaboy.
When you hit it hard enough, it don't matter how many players are on one side of the field. That ball was smoked down the right field line. And good to see Jobert, who, as you said, Chris, been struggling a little bit. The average was down, probably not exactly where he wants it at 253 before that last at bat. But at any moment, that's the thing about Jobert, is he can do what he just did, or he can put a ball into the bleachers out over right field, which is a very big advantage when you have that power in a lineup.
Well, we thought Preston Faulkner had some pretty good speed at first base, but he had no chance of that. He dove towards the bag, but as he hit the ground, the ball was already by him. Smoked off the bat by Jobert, and that'll bring Jordan Thompson to the plate as the Tigers bat around here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Thompson aboard on a walk, came around to score here in the 4th frame. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score in the 2nd inning. First delivery misses away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. 9-1 LSU leads. 7 runs on 4 hits here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses off the plate outside by Potter. It's 2-0. I think Jobert may have heard us up here talking about making some adjustments to the lineup, and he said, hold on, fellas.
Not quite yet.
Again, good to see him back out there deliver that shot. Here's a 1-hopper to shortstop off the bat of Thompson. They get Jobert hung up between 2nd and 3rd. Thompson will reach, and now Jobert sliding back to 2nd, almost able to make it back, but second base umpire Jeff Head calls him out. But immediately there's going to be an official review on this, as that time Keller got Jobert hung up between 2nd and 3rd. Faked the throw to Thomas at 3rd base. Then Jobert decided to turn and go back. Keller chased him back and was a little late with that throw to Rosevear. And it looked like initially that Braden may have gotten back under the tag. Now, we are under official review, brought to you by Acme Oyster House. And I want to see a replay, and we're going to get it here. This is a good shot from the 3rd base cam. Again, he did make the throw. I stand corrected. Thomas was late giving the throw back to 2nd. As Keller fired it to the 3rd baseman, then he chased Jobert back. Braden finally committed to 2nd. The throw a little high, and Jobert's on the bag before the tag is applied. I believe this one, Buzzy. I don't have a great record predicting these, but I got a feeling this might get overturned.
I don't either, and it was not a great baseball play by Jobert, as that ball was hit out in front of him, and he was running into an out at,
well, essentially it would have been 2nd base, but he was running into the out at 3rd base as he got into the rundown. You got to see that ball through, but I'm with you. He stayed in a rundown, and then Thomas just took a little too long to deliver the baseball
I'll give Joe
to
Bear
the
this
second
much.
baseman.
I'll give him this much credit. He was kind of running sideways back towards second and waited to the very last minute to turn and dedicate himself to second. And he's safe after the review. And a good job by the officials to immediately know they needed to take a look at that. And Braden Joe Bear feels a little lucky, as otherwise had he had to make that slow trot into the dugout, he may have gotten a coaching moment from Jay Johnson, and he may still get it. But at least he's standing at second base and there's just one out. And again, by the way, Thompson with no throw to first is at first, so runners first and second, still just one out, and we'll see Tyler McManus. But I think it was a great job. Once he realized he had made the mistake, he had to do his best to try to get Southeastern off balance, and I think the throw by Thomas was late and a little high, and that allowed him to get back in. So now we'll see McManus. First pitch high and outside from Potter. McManus tonight continues to swing the bat well, had a base hit in the second, earned a walk in the fourth inning. Again, this is his second at bat of the frame, with LSU leading 9-1. The 1-0, missing high, eye level. 2-0.
Right-hander Lance Love starting to throw down in the Lions bullpen.
2-0 delivery. Fastball swung on, sent out of play right side. That'll make it 2-1.
One thing I'll give McManus, and he's shown that he can hit the ball out of the ballpark. We've seen it this past weekend. He's obviously hit a few before that, but when he gets ahead in the count and gets a pitch out over the plate, he does not get cheated.
Coach Johnson said earlier this week, he just can't imagine, based on the unfortunate injury to Alex Milazzo, that where the Tigers would be without having Tyler McManus in the clubhouse and on this team, as he fouls this one back out of play. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, you're kind of giving up a little bit of defense, and that's no slight to Tyler or Hayden Travinski, who have kind of been the platoon catchers, but Alex Milazzo is elite defensively as a catcher. But I told Jay last night, Tyler at least certainly is kind of net sum when you take a look at what he does on offense for you. The 2-2 is a fastball. Good eye by McManus. It's low. Fills the count 3-2. One out, runners first and second. Potter with a payoff pitch upcoming. The 3-2, runners go, and this one laced into left center field. Coming around to score easily will be Joe Bear. They'll hold up Thompson at third, but the hit and run put on, and the Tigers add to their lead. It's 10-1, Fighting Tigers.
I like the call there. Full count. Probably going to get a pitch to hit. McManus seeing the ball well. Puts the runners in motion, and could have easily been a double play if the ball wasn't hit. It was hit a little bit lower to the shortstop, but that's the chance you take. You put them in motion, and a lot of good things happen when you square up the baseball, and McManus did that.
McManus 2 for 2. Again, has reached base all 3 times tonight. And the bottom of the 4th inning continues. Collier Cranford in the 9 spot. Hit by a pitch earlier in the 4th. Stands in, takes a big swing, lifts it foul. First base side, giving chase is Faulkner, but it will get into the seats. And it is 0-1. Tigers with runners on the corners now. Thompson at third, McManus at first base. LSU has plated 8 runs on 5 hits. After having a 2-1 lead, it suddenly exploded to a 10-1 LSU advantage. Potter from the stretch, the 0-1. Peter misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Got to start wondering now, as pitching staff for LSU have been on ice for a little bit of time. Here in the bottom of the 4th, the 1-1. Breaking ball from Potter, over for a strike. It's 1-2. Cranford looking for his first hit of the night, and another swing on a breaking ball, and it's foul out of play right side. Another Rotolo's foul ball. Fan Super One Foods has super low prices on all your game day favorites, so up your grocery game and score big with Super One Foods. Lions desperately trying to find 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-2. Cranford chopping ground ball right to the third baseman Thomas. He'll throw it to Rosevear. The throw to first. Going behind the line, but pulled off the bag is Faulkner. Thompson will come in to score to make it 11-1. They try for the double play, but the throw from Rosevear behind the first base bag. And Preston Faulkner did everything he could possibly do. First base umpire Christopher Simon says the throw brought him off the bag, but we're going to get another review here as Matt Reiser is going to challenge that call on the field. So at the moment, they rule Cranford safe at first, allowing Thompson to score, and they would record the force out at second for the second out of the inning. But
well, we've got about as bad a view as anybody in the stadium for that particular play. So I couldn't tell. I mean, if I was a betting man, I'd say the umpire was right on top of it, that Faulkner took his foot off the bag. But Collier Cranford hit a ball hard enough for Southeastern to be able to turn that double play, but Cranford runs just well enough that Rosevear had to rush the throw a little bit. And I think that's what took Southeastern's first baseman off the bag.
so another Acme Oyster House official review. Now we'll get a replay here from the center field cam. Throw was in the dirt. Faulkner going behind the bag to get it, and it looks like Cranford beat the throw. Again, maybe though, and I know they will because that's how collaborative replay looks. They may have looked to see if the foot came off the bag, but in the meantime, well, I don't know. I don't know if he made contact with the bag or not, and it looked like Faulkner's foot is on the bag when he makes the catch. So I'm going to back that up a little bit. Happens a lot closer in slow-mo than I thought it would be. The umpires are out, though, rather quickly, and they're going to say he is safe. So Cranford will remain at first base, and the call stands.
The call stands. The runner is safe. Now batting for the Tigers, left fielder Gavin Dugas.
So back to the top of the order for LSU, Gavin Dugas. And the Tigers have already batted around and then some here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dugas batting for the second time. He's got 3 ribbies on the night with a solo shot and a 2 RBI single. Also aboard on a walk in the second. Swings after this one, misses outside, but a swing and a miss makes it 0-1. Runner at first with 2 down. 11-1 the score. LSU in front. The 0-1. Sent in the air to center field. Finke doesn't have to move much. Now he'll move a little to his left, put the glove on it, and that'll finally bring the bottom of the 4th to an end. But LSU puts 9 runs on the board with 5 hits. They leave 1 man on. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's 11-1 LSU here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Southeastern comes to the plate here in the top of the 5th inning, and boy, oh boy, they have some work to do. LSU. The Tigers jump on top of the Lions there in the bottom of the 4th inning. Plating 9 runs on 5 hits to open up the game 11-1. Champ Artigues will lead it off for the Lions. First delivery from Bryce Collins misses outside. It's 1-0. Collins starting his 2nd inning of work. Seems like a lifetime since we've seen him out there. This one misses outside with a fastball. 2-0. Artigues tonight grounded out to Thompson at shortstop in his only at bat coming in the 2nd inning. 2-0 across the plate. That fastball at 91. It's 2-1. Artigues, the left-handed hitter, awaits the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner at the knees. Another fastball from Collins, and it's 2-2. You always wonder, of course, after a pitcher's been over there for some time. The Tigers batted around plus in the bottom of the 4th. As this one fouled out of play left side. Rotolo's foul ball keeps the count 2-2. Two delivery, swing and a miss. Got him with the off speed. Artigues not looking for that. Down on strikes, and Collins records his 3rd punch out. Once again, brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. Fans, TJ Ribs, of course, the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, proudly serving the greater Baton Rouge area. Their famous barbecue since 1986. TJ Ribs, the reason for ribs. Next Monday night, final Jay Johnson show of the season. Love to have you come out and join us. That first offering to Welch misses low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Good crowd out at TJ Ribs last night. Jay Johnson always very forthcoming and candid. He'll answer every question. The 1-0. Strike down the middle at the knees. It's 1-1.
Yeah, you're right about Collins and the long half inning. About staying sharp. Every pitcher is different. Some guys got to go down to the bullpen, throw a little bit. Some don't.
Breaking ball misses outside and low. 2-1 now to Welch.
We didn't see Collins go down and throw during that half inning, but continues to look sharp. And one thing you notice about Collins is he throws the ball 90 to 93 miles an hour. He's got a good fastball. The curveball, though, drops it all the way down to 70, 71.
2-1. Swing and a miss by Welch evens the count 2-2.
You don't normally see a 20-mile-an-hour difference in fastball to off-speed pitch.
Welch right here from Baton Rouge. Played high school ball at Catholic High. Grad student now for the Lions after a career at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The 2-2 is the breaking ball that misses outside from Collins. Now 3-2. Played in 50 games for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The 3-2 sent back into the screen. Stays alive, does Welch. Welch probably has some family here tonight.
Well, you talked about how you had a good crowd here. When you've got this many Louisiana boys in one stadium within a 50-mile radius.
A 3-2. He went around. Welch wanted to swing, and then the pitch was inside. He tried to spin away and hold the bat back, unable to do so, according to home plate umpire Myron Miller. And Collins will record yet another strikeout. His 4th tonight in relief. Another one brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. So 2 batters for the Lions and 2 punch outs for Bryce Collins. With 2 down, we'll see the catcher, Grisafi, a right-handed hitter. He flied out to left field, and Gavin Dugas. First pitch, strike on the inside corner, off speed from Collins. It's 0-1.
You like to see that by Collins. His team puts up a 9 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Could be easy to come out and Be a little lethargic, lackadaisical, but he's throwing strikes, pumping strikes, getting right in there.
This breaking ball misses a tad high to Grzafi, and it's 1-1. Tigers donning the white jerseys and pants with the purple pinstripes on this Tuesday. The Lions in green jerseys, gray pants tonight. Time call. Grzafi asking and will receive. One ball, one strike. Pitch to the Lions catcher, and he'll lift this one into the gap, left center field. Not very deep, but enough for a 2-out single. His first of the night. Southeastern now with 3 hits up on the board, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. But a 2-out single will get them to the top of the order. And Evan Keller, who led off the game with a double, he's 1 for 2 tonight. Last at bat, he grounded out to Thompson on a slow bouncer to short.
If you're Collins, you tip your hat to Grzafi, as that pitch was, it may not even been a strike. It was low and away, and Grzafi just stayed on it and poked it into the left center gap.
First pitch to Keller, a fastball down and away, sliding McManus over to his right, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Under the lights here at the box. Fight you out again this weekend. Should be a great one. Ole Miss and LSU and SEC play with 2 weeks remaining in conference action. Runner at first, 2 down. The pitch to Keller. This one high and deep to left center field. Dylan Cruz going back. Cruz is going to run out of room. Keller adds to his stats there with a 2-run blast with 2 outs to make it an 11-3 LSU lead. As Keller jumped on that one, his 7th home run of the year. And that one deep out to left center, just left of the Tabasco sign.
Keller seeing the ball well tonight, and that ball hit a long way, as you said, Chris, out to
Left center field. But look, if you're Collins with a 10-run or was it 9-run, 10-run lead coming into today to this inning, you just don't want to give free passes. Let them, Southeastern, hit it as far as they can. They still got a long way to go to catch up.
Inside corner called strike now to Rosevear, the second baseman. And it's 0-1. Rosevear tonight 0 for 2. Pop out to Doty at second, and was caught looking in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Collins, the 1-1. Fastball again drops in low at 92. It's 2-1.
I know as a pitcher, you never want to give up a homer. You never want to give up runs. You know, baseball players want their stats to look great. But again, that's not, with a 10-run lead, you just see how far they can hit it. And if it ever gets, if they hit their way back into this game, well, you tip your hat to them. But you can't give the free passes, and you got to make them earn everything they get. And Collins is doing that right now.
And now a pitch clock warning to Collins, although it appeared that at the plate Rosevear was about to call for time, but third base umpire James Ainsworth steps in to give the warning. There's a strike on the next delivery to make it 2-2. Of course, the Tigers don't have to look far. They go back to last week against Nichols. They had a sizable lead in the free passes and a couple of hits, and suddenly things got a little tight between the Colonels and Tigers there in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, normally that's what it takes for a team to get back into a game, is walks, hit by, that's a foul ball to the right side. But you don't normally see a team hit their way all the way back from a 8, 9, 10-run deficit when you're running out of innings. But what a team can do is if you issue free passes or you kick the ball, make errors behind you, on defense, that's when they can get themselves back in a ball game.
This one lifted down the line, dropping quickly, foul. Left field way. Nobody had a chance to get to that one. Just a little bit of a touch off the bat of Rosevear. By the way, Friday night, a late one, 7:30 first pitch between Ole Miss and LSU. One of the later games here at the box this season. 2 outs, nobody on, a 2-2 count. Rosevear. Collins, I believe, stepped off momentarily. Now back up on there. 2-2. Breaking ball, swing, and a foul tip, but in the mid of McManus for another strikeout. So Collins has punched out 5 Lions tonight. The Lions do get some runs back. They finish with 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave nobody on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. LSU coming to the plate. Pearson, Cruz, and Morgan, 2, 3, and 4 after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU enjoying a large lead at the moment, 11-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Josh Pearson, right fielder, will lead it off. Lions will institute the shift right of the diamond. 3 infielders between first and second. And the first delivery is a breaking ball in for a strike from Alex Potter to make it 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Tries a breaking ball inside, misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blake Money, by the way, down in the Tiger bullpen, loosening up. Catcher not down yet, but that'll be coming. The 1-1 misses off the outside corner. 2-1 now the count to Pearson. By the way, tonight LSU had Samuel Dutton start the game. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts. The 2-1 just above the plate, missing for ball 3 on the fastball from Potter. Bryce Collins, who we assume will be replaced by Money in the top of the 6th inning. Also 2 innings of work tonight. 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. 1 walk to 5 strikeouts as Pearson takes a swing, lifts it into center field. Going back, Finke will have it for out number 1. Pearson retired. But again, these are the things you're looking for if you're Jay Johnson and Jason Kelly. How are you performing? Your efficiency, strikes to balls ratio. I think both, as you said earlier on Samuel Dutton's start tonight. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Collins did have the 1 base on balls, but finished with 5 strikeouts. I think a job well done by the first 2 pitchers thus far, as now Dylan Cruz stands in. First delivery, missing for ball 1. Cruz tonight, ground out on a comebacker to the mound, caught looking in the 2nd. And then drove in a run. Ground ball out back in the 4th inning when the Tigers were running loose on the base pads. 1 ball, 1 strike after a swing and a miss. Potter, the right-hander, fires this one in the air, right center field. Coming over, Garcia and Finke. It'll be Garcia who will make the play. The right fielder secures it for out number 2. 2 gone. Vance H&E Equipment Services, the official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. So for all of your rental needs, call 877-700-RENT or visit herentals.com today. See Trey Morgan. Morgan tonight Base hit in the first. Had a base hit, drove in 2 runs in the 4th inning. 2 for 3 on the night. First pitch, sharply hit, 1 hopper to Rosevear, the second baseman. Handles it cleanly, throws to first, and the Tigers are done. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We now move to the top of the 6th. Expect to see Blake Money. Now he's sprinting out to the mound. He'll take over for the Tigers when we return after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Blake Money takes over on the mound for LSU. His Tigers leading 11-3 over Southeastern Louisiana. Expected to see Money tonight. Coach Jay Johnson hinted as much talking to the media yesterday. And if you're Blake Money, Buzzy, what are you coming in hoping to accomplish? And if you're Jay Johnson and Jason Kelly, what do you want to see?
I think you want to see him establish his fastball for strikes. I mean, he throws the ball 95 miles an hour. He's a big physical presence. And I think at times he might try to overthrow when he just needs to stay within himself. The talent's there, the velocity's there, all that's good enough. You don't have to do anything extra. Just establish the fastball right away from jump, get ahead of hitters, and then let the all-speed pitches work as well. But yeah, Blake Money's making his 13th appearance. He's 2-4 with a 5.2 ERA. He's thrown 53 and 2/3 innings, given up 56 hits, 31 earned runs, 19 walks, 51 strikeouts. We know the talent just needs to get that confidence back.
Finke, the center fielder, will lead it off in the first pitch. A fastball, but inside and low. Got away from McManus all the way to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler Finke tonight, strikeout victim in the first. Aboard on a walk, stole second, then stole third, but was left stranded there in the 4th inning. The 1-0. Fastball misses high. 95 registering on the radar gun, but now a 2-0 count to Finke. Money winds in the 2-0 pitch. Down the middle for a strike. 94-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 2-1. Two-one delivery. Fastball in on the hands, misses for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now McManus gonna trot out to the mound, visit with Blake now with a 3-1 count. The Lions center fielder.
That's what we saw a little bit in that outing at Alabama, right, Chris? I mean, he just couldn't get the fastball over. It wasn't even. It was really all the pitches, but when you can't throw your fastball for a strike, you handcuff yourself, you handcuff the pitching coach, because I mean that's what you pitch off of. You pitch off the fastball, and particularly a guy like Blake Money, who, as we talked about, throws the ball 95 miles an hour. That's got to be the pitch that we can count on.
3-1 delivery. Strike on the inside corner to fill the count 3-2. Against Alabama, unable to record an out. Gave up 2 runs, both earned, 2 hits. They pulled early in the bottom, or rather bottom of the first inning. Finke launches one. It'll hang up though, and Cruz will settle under it in left center, and the Tiger center fielder has it for out number 1. So 1 retired here in the top of the 6th inning.
Now batting for the Lions, first baseman.
I think the really good pitchers out there, they know that they don't always have to strike every hitter out. I think sometimes pitchers get in that mentality of everybody's got to swing and miss at every pitch you throw up there, and sometimes it's good to pitch to contact, and hitting's hard enough. These hitters will get themselves out if you let them.
Breaking ball in for a strike. First offering to Faulkner. Faulkner, the big sluggers for this Lions team, had a ground out in the first to third base in Cranford. Caught looking in the 4th inning, his last at bat. The 0-1. This is they call a strike at the letters. Took a moment for Myron Miller to make the call, but it's now 0-2 to Faulkner. The 0-2 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, a 1-2 delivery on its way. Money fires. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes goes Faulkner for the 2nd time tonight, this time swinging. And Money records the strikeout. His first in relief, brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
And nothing fancy from Money, just the old number 1, the heater. Caught a lot of the plate, but as we talked about, 94 and 95 miles an hour can be tough to catch up to for amateur hitters. And it was there for Faulkner.
Shea Thomas stands in with 2 outs. Money fires the off-speed pitch, just misses Thomas inside. 1-0. Jay Johnson summed it up like this: Blake Money's going to continue to pitch for LSU because they need him to pitch for LSU. The 1-0. Strike on the outside corner with a fastball, and it's 1-1. That one Shea Thomas could do nothing with had he swung the bat.
Essentially, Chris, this weekend they went to Alabama and beat a good Alabama team 2 out of 3 with not a whole lot of starting pitching. That tells you this team, if they get a little bit of starting pitching.
Swung on into the gap, right center field. Cruz with a great jump, and right shy of the track, he's on the run and makes the grab for out number 3. Covering a lot of real estate. Dylan Cruz makes the play, and the Lions go quietly in the top of the 6th inning. Blake Money with a strikeout. A couple of fly ball outs handled by Cruz in center field, and it's still 11-3, LSU leading over Southeastern Louisiana. Bottom of the 6th coming up here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Kate Doty leads it off in the bottom of the 6th inning. LSU leading Southeastern on this Tuesday night by a score of 11-3. Doty tonight, couple of base hits. One in the first, one in the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch on its way, and it misses low for ball 2. 2-0 is Alex Potter still out there for the Lions. Do have a right-hander who was loosening, but now just kind of milling around the bullpen down there in left. This pitch misses low and away, make it 3-0 now to Kate.
We got a minute. I'll give you the scoreboard update presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. There was 9 games scheduled, only 8 have been played.
Strike across the plate to make it 3-1. The take on for Kate Doty.
UT Martin and Kentucky was canceled tonight. There's 2 finals. Florida blanks Bethune-Cookman 7-0.
3-1 pitch misses high. Doty will earn the leadoff walk. Potter offers up his first free pass of the night in relief.
Another final, Tennessee over Bellarmine 11-5.
Told you they were just going to make them mad in that early moment.
Tennessee hadn't had a whole lot of problems with anybody this year.
Except Kentucky.
40, yeah, you're right. 43-6. Their record on the year.
Braden Joubert stands in. Drove in 2 runs with a double down the right field line just inside the first base bag back in the 4th. First delivery from Potter, a strike on the outside corner to the left-handed hitter, and it's 0-1.
Game still in progress. Bottom of the 7th, Auburn leads Troy 11-4. Top of the 7th, Samford over Mississippi State 8-5. Bottom of the 8th in Nashville, Indiana State leads that game 4-3.
The 0-1. Breaking ball misses inside, make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Southeastern, a semi-shift here for Joubert. They've got the shortstop Keller playing just left of second base. They've got the 3rd baseman Shea Thomas playing up off the infield grass, but really in the 6th spot. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a quick turn and throw to keep an eye on Doty at first base.
And 2 more games. Bottom of the 7th in Columbia, South Carolina. South Carolina upstate 7, South Carolina 5. Top of the 9th, Alabama leads Jacksonville State 13-3.
Now 2 throwing down in the pen for Southeastern. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joubert awaits. Potter fires, and it's a strike at the belt. Joubert almost unleashed a swing, but held back. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
Yeah, got left-hander number 36, Brock Batty, out of Denham Springs, getting loose, and give you the right-hander here shortly.
Kate Doty aboard on a walk down at first, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball towards second, handled by Rosevear. He'll throw to second, and a little collision. Doty going to be ruled out at second after he and Keller collide. Doty was sliding in. Keller was trying to get to the bag, then trying to leap over. And may have clipped each other, but they'll rule Doty out at second base for out number 1. Joubert arrives safely at first.
Nice play by Rosevear. Probably actually easier to spin and make the play at second than to try to flip the feet and turn the whole body to, even though it was a shorter throw to first base. That was the correct play. 2 reasons: you get the lead runner, and again, I think it was probably easier just to go glove side and turn around and make that throw to second base.
So with the 1 down, Thompson stands in. First pitch to Jordan. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jordan Thompson tonight hit by a pitch, came around to score a run in the 2nd, got a board on a walk, came around to score in the 4th. Got a board on a fielder's choice in that 4th inning again to score a 2nd run in that big inning for LSU. Fouled off the bat into the backstop. It's 1-1.
The right-hander down in Southeastern Louisiana's bullpen is number 32, Lance Love. He's been playing catch for a couple innings now.
Pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Thompson falls behind. Tigers tonight 11 runs on 9 hits. Lions 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thompson. Potter to the plate. Misses outside. 2-2 the count. Thompson takes some time, now digs back in. Potter checks the runner, the 2-2 up the middle, base hit. Worm burner just left of second base. That'll get Joe Baer to second. Thompson reaches base the 4th time tonight, this time with his first single. And with 1 out, the Tigers again have a runner in scoring position with runners first and second. Now we'll see Tyler McManus, who has done some damage tonight with his bat. A couple of base hits, an RBI. Scored a run after receiving a walk in the 4th inning. Now, Buzzy, we look ahead. You mentioned the SEC scoreboard this weekend. What's been interesting over the last couple of weeks is the shifting. The logjam certainly in the West Division for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and sometimes even 5th place. As the first pitch comes into McManus, rides in high for ball 1. The East, of course, Tennessee has the big advantage out in front. But they also have a logjam. Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida. You could even throw South Carolina into the mix following the Vols. And you look to this weekend, including LSU and Ole Miss, some things can certainly change headed into the final week, which makes for an exciting end of the regular season, as there's a strike to McManus to make it 1-1 on how things will shape up for seeding in the SEC tournament.
Well,
I mean, there are times that LSU can be tied for 2nd. And then after 1 day of action, they could be as far as 4th or even 5th in the West Division. Win the next game and suddenly be in a tie for 2nd place. That's how it's gone this year. The 1-1 reaching with the bat, and it's a fair ball on the chalk in left field. Just over the leaping Shea Thomas at 3rd. That will easily score Joe Baer. And into second base goes Tyler McManus. He has double number 4 on the year, his 3rd hit of the night, and McManus now has reached base all 4 times. Add an RBI to boot, and it's 12-3 LSU.
Yeah, McManus's average just continues to climb at bat after at bat, and continues to hit it where they ain't, as they say, and continue to drive in runs. Nice job by Tyler McManus, the only senior in the starting lineup.
So now Collier Cranford will have the opportunity. He drove in a run on a fielder's choice in that 4th inning. First delivery, a called strike from Potter, and it's 0-1. Tigers now have Thompson at 3rd, McManus with the double at second base. But again, I see some shifting, especially in the West, as this next weekend we conclude on Sunday, as this one misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Georgia's a team that, again, trying to keep up with Tennessee, which not going to happen. But they also have Vanderbilt sneaking up on them, Florida sneaking up. Here's a ground ball back to the mound, gloved by Potter. He'll look the runners back and throw to first for the sure 2nd out of the inning, getting Cranford on the 1-3 ground out. But here's the interesting part. Ole Miss coming in. We said they've had a resurgence. Gotten some of their pitchers back. They certainly got one of their big hitters back. They've had 2 solid weekends, and they had been hanging around since being the number 1 team in the land about 5 weeks ago. They've been hanging around the cellar of the SEC West, and over these last 2 weekends now, they've been able to get a little movement. Of course, Mississippi State now currently in the bottom of the West, but they're tied with Alabama with a 10-14 record, are the Rebels. And again, shows how important this weekend will be to try to keep Ole Miss down there near the bottom, and for LSU to try to get a little separation from Texas A&M and put a chase into Arkansas.
Well, in Ole Miss, I mean, at this point, they're fighting for their tournament lives.
Breaking ball to Gavin Dugas, a called strike to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Dugas, by the way, tonight also pretty good evening at the plate. Solo home run in the 1st, aboard on a walk in the 2nd, drove in 2 runs with a base hit in the 4th inning. Flied out to center, and Tyler Finke, his last at bat, his 2nd at bat of the 4th inning. Fastball from Potter misses low and away, and it's 2-1.
You know, with 2 weekends left for Ole Miss, as you said, Chris, they're 10-14. They come to Baton Rouge this weekend, so you know they're going to be fired up, knowing that they've got to take the series. And then next weekend they host Texas A&M. Two tough series, and you know, with 10 wins on the season, they're needing to get to 15, 16 wins.
This one misses outside, make it 3-1 to Dugas now. Runner second and third, 2 outs. Tigers have added 1 run to their lead on 2 hits thus far. This one misses away, and that's going to load the bases. Tigers once again will have all the bases filled here with 2 outs. And you'll see Josh Pearson come to the plate. Ole Miss again at 10-14. They were trailing not only Mississippi State at times in the bottom, but also Missouri, Kentucky, and even South Carolina at a point. Now all of a sudden they're going to be able to at least try to catch them in hopes of having a good showing in Hoover in the SEC tournament. First delivery to Pearson, low for ball 1.
Well, everybody wants to talk about what's the magic number to get into the tournament, not to host or anything, but get into the tournament. Well, 15 to me is the magic number. 15 wins get you in. I mean, we've had the scenarios where 13 and 14 wins have gotten teams from the SEC in, but you don't want to be in that predicament. You don't want to be sitting on selection day with your fingers crossed, hoping that you get a bid. So you know Ole Miss coming in this weekend. They've had their struggles, but have turned it around a little bit here lately. Coach Mike Bianco is going to come in here with his team ready to play, and so that's why it was important for LSU to have a good, crisp game tonight and continue that momentum from the Alabama weekend when they host Ole Miss.
Yeah, when it comes to the Western Division, Arkansas will have Vandy in Fayetteville. It's the 1-0. Low and inside on the breaking ball from Potter makes it 2-0 now to Josh Pearson. Vandy at Arkansas. Again, Texas A&M will be at home. They'll take on Mississippi State. So the importance of LSU and Ole Miss for the Tigers, no question about it. Another breaking ball from Potter that misses low and inside. That's a fastball actually, and it's 3-0. But is doable. And Jay Johnson trying to rally the troops for the final 2 weekends of conference play. The 3-0 breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner, make it 3-1 to Pearson. I guess we say all that to say that in the Western Division of the SEC, it all very well could come down to the final weekend of the regular season. And this one low and inside gets away from Grizzaffi. It's ball 4. That will bring in a run. Thompson touches home plate. And now it's 13-3 LSU. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. You're listening to Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Two outs, bases loaded. Dylan Cruz to the plate for LSU. Dylan tonight 0 for 4. Did bring in a run on a ground out back in the 4th inning. First pitch from Potter. Misses high above the letters with the fastball, 1-0. Reigning SEC Player of the Week. Leads the team in home runs, leads the team in runs batted in. The 1-0. Fastball foul tipped off the bat of Cruz. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cruz is tied for 4th in the SEC with 16 homers.
The 1-1. Breaking ball comes in high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cruz. The 2-1 pitch. Misses low, make it 3-1. Cruz batting .340 on the year. .359 with 2 outs in the inning. .375 with the bases loaded. .339 with runners in scoring position. The 3-1. Short of the plate, ball 4. That's going to walk in another run. And Potter now with the bases loaded. Giving LSU 2 more runs, something he can ill afford to do. That'll make it 14-3, and now it appears as the catcher, Grisafi, appears to be injured after that pitch in the dirt. May have gotten him in a tough spot. As Coach Reiser out there to check on his catcher, who is still on his knees, leaned over. The trainer now will join them behind home plate. 2 outs. Bases remain loaded. Trey Morgan will be up next for LSU. Couple of hits tonight, couple of RBI.
He's surprised that doesn't happen more throughout the course of a game with those catchers. They're usually the toughest ones on the team. They take a beating back there with blocking balls and taking back swings from the batter and catching them on the helmet and the back of the neck and all kind of other places. And this one looks like he's pretty banged up. Get a replay here. Yeah, they got him. Got him in the spot that you don't want it to get you. Let's just say it like that.
He is still down on his knees, now rising. You can tell he's going to get some type of refreshment there, and now again is standing up. He's still going to try to get his breathing at a normal pace, and again appears to be okay and going to stay in there. But Coach Reiser, I think, not only checking on his catcher, but I think he's out there now to visit with Potter, and I think the end of the line here for the Lion reliever, but we'll see. Hasn't made the call yet to the bullpen. He'll bring the infield in. Again, 2 outs. LSU have the bases loaded. They lead 14-3, and now he'll make the calls, and it appears they'll make a pitching change, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll tell you about the new Lions pitcher, and we'll get back at it. 2 outs, bases loaded. LSU batting with Trey Morgan, due up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU leading tonight 14-3 over Southeastern. We are here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tigers have the bases loaded. The Lions go to the bullpen. They'll bring in Brock Batty, a left-hander, to replace Alex Potter, and he'll face Trey Morgan when play resumes.
Batty out of Denham Springs, Louisiana, making his 4th appearance of the year. He's 0-1 in a 3rd innings pitch. He's given up 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. And it looks like during the long inning, Blake Money is out of LSU's dugout, trying to stay loose down in the bullpen. And that's the
we were talking about earlier, and you know, different pitchers like to do different things. We saw Dutton and Collins during some of those long innings not go down and stretch out, but Blake Money likes to stay loose.
Trey Morgan takes the first pitch, misses low from Batty. Tigers have Dugas, Pearson, and Cruz aboard. Here's a ground ball towards first, but it will bounce foul. Right of the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Morgan. Morgan tonight 2 for 4. Again, as we mentioned, a base hit in the first. Batted once in the 4th inning when the Tigers did bat around. He had a 2 RBI single. A couple of ground outs, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, both to second baseman Rhett Rosevear. The 1-1 breaking ball, and a swing and a foul off the end of the bat into the screen left side. Rotolo's foul ball moves the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 breaking ball, didn't break enough. Just missed Morgan, who backs out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not a dream scenario if you're Brock Batty. As the 2-2 launched to center field, Finke going back. He's got plenty of speed, but he can't get a glove on it. Touches the glove, but falls on the track, and the Tigers are off and running, and a base-clearing double by Trey Morgan opens up the lead even more. LSU now leading 17-3.
Once again, a great piece of hitting by Trey Morgan as he stays right through the middle, drives it. I thought Finke, as you said, Chris, had a bead on it, and he had a glove right there, just couldn't squeeze it and secure the out, and Trey Morgan will exit the game after a nice night.
So Morgan with 3 hits on the night, give him a total of 5 ribbies, and with 2 down. First pitch, line drive, going to be handled at third by Shea Thomas off the bat of Doty, and the inning comes to an end. But LSU 6 runs, 3 hits. They leave 1 man on as Luke Lito came in to pinch run for Trey Morgan. LSU leading 17-3. We head to the 7th inning here at the box on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Top of the 7th inning we go, and LSU leading 17-3 over the Southeastern Louisiana Lions. Several defensive changes to get to you. They're coming at us fast and furious here as we go to the top of the 7th inning. DiGiacomo taking over in center field for Dylan Cruz. Luke Lito came in to pinch run for Morgan. Will take over at first base. I believe Buzzy, just with a scan of the field, Thompson remains at short. Cranford remains at third. Doty at second.
Pitch hitting for Southeastern
Pearson in right.
to lead off the 7th inning.
And Dugas in left field.
Reyes, the pitch hitter for the Lions.
Drew Bianco taking over behind the plate, catching here. And Blake Money out on the mound. So those should be your changes here for the Tigers in the top of the 7th. Pinch hitter going to lead it off for the Lions. Number 12, Nick Ray, a redshirt senior out of Jefferson, Louisiana. Jesuit High School product. First pitch for Money, a called strike, and it's 0-1 as a baseball gets loose from the bullpen for the Tigers. But they pick it up quickly. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Down and away, the delivery from Money, and it's 0-2. Drew Bianco, by the way, I always considered you, Buzzy, one of those utility players, but I think Drew may have you beat.
He's played a bunch of them. I think every position but pitcher. Yeah.
Every position but pitcher. The 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nicely done by Blake Money. He'll record his second punch out. Another strikeout powered by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. It was funny. Saturday night he took over behind the plate late in game 2 in Tuscaloosa. And Bill Franquez, of course, who for everyone has forgotten more LSU baseball than anybody will ever know, started to question, has he played every position? Well, then Twitter got on board. They were all asking the same question. First the pitch to another pinch hitter. Levengood, a left-handed hitter, stands in. Pierce Levenwood. First delivery, a called strike from Money. And the only one Bill could not nail down just off memory is the 0-1. Another strike as Levenwood had trouble holding back, was right field. We knew he had played first. We knew he'd played second, played short, played third, left and center, and of course catching. So after the game Saturday night, we happened to run into the team hotel, and there's Drew. There's a swing and a miss. And Blake Money now dialed in. Second punch out of the inning, and now Jay Johnson quickly running out to the mound as Money records his third strikeout. And Jay says, hey, you went out there, did what I asked you to do, big fella. We're going to go ahead and make a pitching change here. We're going to need you somewhere on the weekend. So a good attaboy from Coach Johnson and Blake Money, who should be very pleased with his performance tonight. But they're going to make a pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. But quickly to finish the story, we catch Drew getting into the elevator, and we ask him, and he says, yeah, played everything but pitcher. Going to try to talk to Jay Johnson about next week, but yeah, that ain't going to happen. He's not going to pitch.
Well, I was just thinking, how about next week against Northwestern State? Maybe let's see if we can get all 9 in one game. I think that would be cool.
I asked Jay, and he said, no, don't count on it.
No, sir.
All right. So we'll tell you about the new Tiger pitcher when we come back. LSU leading big 17-3 over Southeastern Louisiana. We'll be back right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Fans, when the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the day after an LSU baseball victory, and you'll receive 50% off your online order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. LSU leading 17-3, so stay with us. Find out. You can get that discount from Papa John's tomorrow. Taking over, Trey Schaefer on the mound for LSU. Joe Delaney, another pinch hitter, will check in for the Lions with 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Schaefer's first delivery missing outside. The 1-0 there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Schaefer out of Biloxi, Mississippi, grad transfer from Southeastern Louisiana. Schaefer making his 8th appearance of the year.
1-1. There's a strike again to get ahead 1-2.
And Schaefer's got good stuff. He can throw the ball low 90s, and from the left side, it's a heck of an arm. It just at times gets a little erratic.
The 1-2 just missed the outside corner. Nice 1-2 pitch by Schaefer. It evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
In 5 1/3 innings pitch, he has 8 walks and 6 strikeouts.
Schaefer, the 2-2. Another fastball, swing and a miss. No way to catch up with it is Delaney. Schaefer comes in, finds the final out. So excellent job in the top of the 7th inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Lions. We now stretch it out here at the box on a Tuesday night. LSU stretching its legs. They lead Southeastern Louisiana 17-3, and they're going to call it. 10-run rule in effect. So after 7, 10-run rule invoked, and the Tigers celebrate the win. So the Tigers pick up the win. They're 33rd of the season to move to 33-15. They remain, of course, 14-10 in SEC play. Southeastern Louisiana falls to 22-26. They'll get back to Southland Conference play and battle for a conference crown. They stand at 12-9 in league play. Tigers win tonight. This one shut off early after a 17-3 10-run rule in effect for LSU. We'll have more coming your way after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.